Something happened to you recently. You might not have noticed the exact moment, but everything around you started shifting. Your old life? It's quietly becoming obsolete. Your old self? Already packing its bags. And here's the thing. Nobody's talking about. You're not choosing this transformation, it's choosing you. If you've been feeling like you're suddenly allergic to your own life, like you can't fake enthusiasm for things that used to work, or like you're waking up at 4:44 a.m. with a strange sense of anticipation, stick around. Because what I'm about to share explains why this isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. Drop a 555 in the comments if you're already feeling this shift, because trust me, you're not alone. The Jupiter Kazimi trigger. Right now, we're in the middle of a rare astronomical event called Jupiter Kazimi, when Jupiter meets the heart of the sun. But this isn't just pretty space stuff. This is an energetic reset button for your entire existence. Think of it like this. Imagine your life has been running on an old operating system. You've been making do, working around the glitches, accepting the limitations. But Jupiter Kazimi? It's like someone just forced an upgrade on your soul's software. No warning, no, are you sure you want to proceed? Pop up. Just boom. New you, loading now. And here's what's wild. This isn't happening gradually. The new moon in 2 days is going to seal this transformation, not gently guide you through it, not give you time to adjust. It's going to overwrite your entire interface. The version of you that could smile through situations that drained you, that could nod politely when everything inside you was screaming, that could manufacture interest in conversations that felt empty, that person is being systematically deleted from your system. The performance breakdown. Let me ask you something. Have you tried to be your old self lately? How did that go? If you're like most people experiencing this shift, it probably felt like trying to wear clothes that suddenly don't fit. Not because you've changed size, but because you've changed frequency. Your nervous system has literally revoked your ability to fake it. This isn't you choosing to be more authentic. That would require effort. This is mechanical. The script for your old performance simply won't load anymore. You sit down to write that email you've been putting off, and the words feel foreign. You try to engage in small talk, and something inside you physically rejects it. You attempt to care about drama that used to consume you, and your brain just doesn't compute. This isn't burnout. This is compatibility loss. You're becoming illegible to the old world. Your energy no longer speaks the dialect of distortion, people-pleasing, and pretending. And when the world around you starts noticing that you're no longer fluent in these old patterns, that's when things get interesting. The divine interference. Here's where it gets really wild. Suddenly, doors that used to be open are slamming shut. Plans that made perfect sense last week are crumbling. People are ghosting you. Opportunities are vanishing. Your first instinct might be to think, what did I do wrong? But here's the truth. This isn't punishment. This is precision. The universe isn't locking you out. It's locking you away from everything that would delay your arrival to who you're becoming. That job that ghosted you? That wasn't rejection. That was time protection. That relationship that suddenly went cold. That wasn't loss. That was course correction. Jupiter Kazimi doesn't send you signs. It sends you interventions. And right now, those interventions are showing up as closed doors, sudden rejections, and strategic removal of your old exit routes. Because here's what the universe knows that your mind doesn't. You were never meant to take the same path out. You would have just looped back into the same frequencies, the same patterns, the same limited version of yourself. The 4:44 AM Wakeup Call. Okay, let's get specific. How many of you have been waking up at strange hours lately? 3:33, 4:44, 1:11. These aren't random. Your phone becomes your first instinct when your eyes snap open, and there it is. Another angel number, another cosmic timestamp. This isn't insomnia. This is a spiritual summons. Your consciousness is being synchronized to a new reality grid that's only accessible when the veil is thinnest, when logic is quiet, and your spiritual receivers can actually hear the transmission. Those numeric timestamps, they're coordinates. Markers left in your subconscious to alert you that you're syncing to something that isn't of the old timeline. 4:44 in particular holds the frequency of divine alignment and foundational transformation. And here's the mind-bending part. Many of you are being pulled from sleep at the same hour across different countries and time zones. Why? Because this field doesn't operate by geography. It operates by readiness. When you're ready, you stop sleeping through the transmission. The memory echoes. But here's where it gets tricky. Have you noticed thoughts that don't feel like yours lately? Strange regrets about things you've moved past? Sudden urges to reach out to people you let go of years ago? You're not regressing. You're not slipping back. What you're hearing is the final monologue of an identity that knows it's being retired. The version of you that survived by shrinking is giving one last speech before it disappears forever. That voice whispering old doubts, that's a memory echo. And just like any energy on its way out, it wants acknowledgement. It wants airtime. But here's the key. You are not required to entertain the dying wishes of a self you've outgrown. This is why you might feel random waves of sadness with no source, moments of maybe I should have, sudden nostalgia for patterns that once drained you. That's not you losing progress. That's residue lifting off the edges of your energetic field. Don't confuse a whisper with a calling. Don't confuse nostalgia with misdirection. The real call is coming, and when it rings, it won't sound like fear. It will sound like destiny arriving right on time. The energetic deadline. Here's something most spiritual content won't tell you. Energetic deadlines are real, and this one doesn't negotiate. We're in a narrow corridor between Jupiter Kazimi and the new moon, and the air around your choices is charged with consequence. This isn't a wait until you feel aligned moment. This is a pressure point, a choosing point. If you don't move, the shift will move without you, not against you, but without asking permission. That decision you've been putting off, that conversation you've been avoiding, that commitment you've been hesitating about. Don't be surprised if it gets decided for you. Plans collapsing, timelines dissolving, opportunities vanishing. That's not sabotage, it's enforcement. The new frequency isn't waiting for your clarity, it's building without it. And if you don't walk forward on your own, the current will carry you, but not gently. This portal doesn't wait for your readiness. It reveals what you're ready for. And the more you hesitate, the more the path ahead will collapse, removing everything you thought you still had time to consider. The calm in the storm. Now here's the plot twist. Not everyone is panicking right now. Some of you are feeling something completely different, a strange, grounded peace, an almost surreal stillness. You're not restless. You're not overwhelmed. You're not spiraling. You're just still. And it might be confusing. You might wonder if you're dissociating, if you're missing something, if you're disconnected from what everyone else seems to be sensing, but you're not. You're through. That strange neutrality, that internal quiet, that lack of urgency, that's not detachment, that's clarity. That's what it feels like to be on the other side of a frequency jump before your mind is caught up. Stillness after turbulence is not emptiness, it's arrival. Some of you didn't resist. You moved when the signals came. You let things go. You walked away. You chose silence when noise felt fake. You listened to the inner tug, and now you're standing in a pocket of energy that's stable because you arrived early. You're already running the new operating system while others are still debugging the old one. That's why your emotions don't match the chaos around you. That's why other people's meltdowns feel like echoes from a world you left behind. The new moon ignition. This new moon isn't like the others. It's not soft, it's not subtle, and it's not here to hold your hand while you write affirmations. This moon doesn't wait for you to set intentions. This moon is the intention. Jupiter Kazimi lit the match, and this moon is the signal flare. It's not opening a new chapter, it's launching you into it. No rehearsal, no draft mode, no second attempt. You don't get to stay on the fence anymore. This lunation is coded to push. That moment you've been circling, it's here. Whether you say yes or not, this moon will answer for you. This isn't intention setting, it's ignition. Don't confuse the silence before this moon with stillness. That quiet is the inhale before the command. The point of no return. Here's something crucial. The exit was not a pause, it was a seal, and it won't open again. There's a strange temptation that creeps in right after a shift, to turn around, to go back, to test the door you just walked through. Don't do it. If you try to re-enter what you just exited, it won't work. Not in the way you remember. That job, that dynamic, that role, that identity, it may still physically exist, but the version of you that belonged in it doesn't. The second you try to go back to the old frequency, it starts to feel fake, like you're play acting a life you don't remember signing up for. Maybe you've already felt this. You tried to reconnect with someone from the past, and it felt hollow. You sat down to do something familiar, and it felt like your hands didn't know how anymore. That's not your failure. That's your upgrade. This energy won't let you stay small anymore. It won't let you lie to yourself and call it stability. Where you're going, old connections can't stabilize you because they were never meant to follow you into expansion. The guilt of growth. Here's what nobody talks about. Leaving the old you behind doesn't always feel like freedom at first. Sometimes it feels like betrayal. Everyone celebrates the transformation, the portal, the shift, but almost no one warns you about the guilt. Not the obvious kind. This is subtler, trickier. It creeps in right after you make the right decision, right after you choose yourself, your truth, your alignment. You'll feel it in the silence that follows, like an echo asking, was that selfish? Was that too cold? Should I have stayed? For so long, the old version of you ran on performance, people-pleasing, pattern following. So now, when you don't play along, when you stop showing up to perform the version of yourself that others feel comfortable around, you feel the absence. Don't confuse discomfort with misalignment. Discomfort is just what happens when a system reboots. The guilt you're feeling, it's just your past waving goodbye. Let it go. Closing call to action. If you're still here, you're part of this shift. You're not watching this by accident. You received this message now because something in you is ready to acknowledge what's already happening. The old you is dissolving. The new you is emerging. And this isn't a gentle process. It's a cosmic override. You are not being tested. You are being timed. Drop a comment and let me know. What old version of yourself are you finally ready to let go of? What door has been closing in your life that you're now ready to stop knocking on? And if this resonated with you, subscribe for more content about navigating these cosmic shifts. Hit that notification bell because the universe is moving fast right now and you don't want to miss what's coming next. The great shift is here. The question isn't whether you're ready, it's whether you're willing to stop resisting what's already begun. Your new timeline is loading. Welcome to the other side. Remember, you're not changing, you're revealing. The person you're becoming was always who you were beneath the performance. Trust the process, even when it doesn't feel gentle, especially when it doesn't feel gentle.